Hey guys, welcome into the DFS Minute brought to you by DFSArmy.com, your one-stop shop for all things daily fantasy sports. Promo code CHOP earns 20% off each and every month you become a VIP, but for a limited time, next few days or so, we're running a New Year's special where promo code NEWYEARS, New Year's, triggers a 10-day trial for just $5. So everything's unlocked, all sports, all coaching, all tools, everything. So if you're interested in trying us out, come on in. Give us a shout. I'll put everything down there in the comments section. But let's dive into the DFS Minute today because the DFS Minute is going to go a little bit more into those satellites and parlaying things up. And yes, everybody knows that you need to not only win the satellite, but then you need to win the contest that that the satellite gives you a ticket to. But what I'm trying to point out is that by getting into those things cheap with those satellite offers, by only min cashing those bigger contests, that second contest, you can really turn some ROI. And that's a way to build a bankroll that a lot of people might be overlooking in today's game because the overlay in these satellites makes them pretty easy to get into with pretty chalky lineups. And here's what I'm going to show you. Here's what I'm going to dive into. We've got about 15 minutes before lock here on the Showdown Slate Winter Classic day. During the day, a little bit lighter traffic, perhaps one game only, a lot of people taking the day off, etc., etc., etc. But the satellites are out there, and a lot of them are not even half full, okay? But that's not necessarily where you should be, in my opinion, keying some of your money. What I would do is I'd drop down here a little bit, and I'd look for things that are giving me multiple ticket shots at the number of players that are in this thing yet. And it's going to go up because the slate still has 15 minutes to go. But 10 tickets for 60 players is like a 1 in 6 chance that you have in winning. And if I come down here, 1 ticket for 2 players, if you're the third guy in, it's a 1 in 3 chance of winning if it locks at only 3 people. Now it might fill all the way up. That's why you got to pay attention and watch these things. 2 tickets into 9 players, 2 tickets into 10, it's like a 1 in 5 chance of winning, 1 in 4 chance of winning. Come down here to some of these 3s and 4s, 3 into 6 is 1 in 2. There's a 50. That's like playing a 50-50. So let's stop there and let's think about what kind of lineup would it take to get in there. A lot of people see, oh, satellite, winner take all, and I think they go nuts with contrarian stuff. It's not necessary because you're essentially playing a 50-50 here. If you're essentially playing a 50-50, you can play a really, really chalky lineup. You can play the safety approach, which is I'm just not going to screw up. I'm going to let everybody else screw up around me, and then you can win these tickets and then take that second leg of what you've won, turn that into a little bit more contrarian approach, because these big giveaways on February 4th, there's going to be a whole bunch of people in there cashing in their tickets, and so it's going to be a big contest where you're going to have to be contrarian to win. But you need to start thinking about risk and reward. What is the reward here? A ticket? Great. I turn $2 into $7, a 3x return on my money effectively, but or at least for the shot to cash it in somewhere else. But the fact of the matter is I've got a 50-50 shot at hitting it, so I don't need to play a lot of risk. I can stack the chalk, or not even stack the chalk, but you can play a pretty balanced lineup approach. 4 tickets into 4 people. All 4 of these guys are guaranteed a ticket right now, no matter what their score is. If you're the 5th guy in, there's an 80% chance you're getting a ticket. That you only got to beat 1 dude. That's pretty important to note. As you scroll up here, like I said, 2 into 10, 5 to 1. Okay, it's still pretty chalky, 20% chance. That's like a quintuple up, right? You can win those with chalky lineups. If I scroll up here, even more, 5 tickets into 98. That's, what, 1 out of 100? Or 5 out of 100 is 1 out of 20. So that takes a 5% score, top 5% lineup to probably win that. Okay, now you need to start taking some risk, build some kind of a hybrid lineup type of situation. Down here, 1 ticket into 71. Yeah, 1 in 71% chance, 1 in 71 chance of winning. Yeah, you're going to have to probably take some risk. 5 tickets into these, that's 1 in 50. So again, that's a top 2% lineup that needs to trigger a ticket here. Yeah, for 25 cents, you get $165. Well, you get 165, about $33 a pop. So yeah, you're looking at a really good return on your original investment. You take that into the $33 tournament and just min cash it for 50 or 65 bucks, and you've just turned a quarter into 60 bucks. Go get that ROI anywhere else, especially when you just min cashed a tournament. Yeah, you did well on this one, but you min cashed a bigger GPP. You can do that with fairly safe stuff. You don't have to take a ton of risk. Now, you may want to try and win the tournament, don't get me wrong. But you might err a little bit on the side of caution because you would be using these types of tickets to turn your microscopic buy-in into a decent return on investment. There's different angles and different ways to play daily fantasy sports. This is just another way to exploit. And with all of the overlay in these current contests, this would be another way to get involved. If you're interested in finding out how, you're interested in learning a little bit more about when should I take risk, when should I not, when should I go against the chalk, when should I just eat the chalk, then you need some of the coaching, the tools, and the tips that we offer inside dfsarmy.com. So consider using that tour or that trial, that 10-day, $5 trial. Really, really simple. Use that code New Year's. Get in here and let's talk some satellites. Let's shape your game. Let's figure out what you might want to do, where you typically are running your contest, where you're typically winning your contest. Should you be in 50-50? Should you be in triple ups, quintuple ups, GPPs? What type of contest are you typically placing in? What type of strength of lineup are you typically building? And how can you allocate your contests and your budget accordingly to put yourself where you're getting the most bang for your buck? That's what I specialize in inside DFSArmy.com. So jump on in, use the stuff down there in the comment section. And while you're down there, click like and subscribe on the video. Pass me around on Twitter. I'd really, really appreciate it. And let's get 2020 off to a bang. Take care.